As one of the featured storytellers here at the 2025 Zora Neale Hurston Summit in New York, I had the incredible opportunity to catch up with some amazing storytellers who have graced this summit. This included the talented and renowned storyteller responsible for groundbreaking TV like Girlfriends and Being Mary Jane, Miss Mara Brock Akil, and best-selling author and scholar Dr. Ibram X. Kendi.
What would be your takeaway?
I think my takeaway is reminding myself that we do have a leader in a moment like this of transformational time, not only in America, but in the world, about how to live a more human existence. And specifically for Black people, we have to beat the drum about our own culture, our own feelings, our own thoughts, our own concerns. I think the new phrase that's going around now, we all we got, and that's powerful. And Zora knew that then, and she would be she's an amazing leader now, and she's left a body of work that we can study on our own at our own pace, but stay in the conversation that is needed, urgent, and immediate.
I would add that in so many ways we're taught as Black people to not love ourselves, to not love certain groups of Black people. And so I'm hoping that people took away from that, from our conversation, that Zora, loved Black people, loved all groups of Black people. And in many ways, that was one of the North Stars of her art. And that certainly has inspired, Mara's art, my art, and it can inspire yours.
Leaving this conference, what are you hearing for yourself to do?
Zora reminds me that as ambitious as I am, to make time for love.
For love?
For love.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for pleasure, for play, for and likely, and I know this to be true, out of those pathways, more art will come, more stories will pour out of me. So that's what I'm reminded of.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
I would say personally, it's okay if you create books or art or ideas that a certain segment of people do not like, even Black people, because that means that chances are a generation, a century from now may fully love it. And so sometimes, I'm really inspired by the fact that Zora created stories and art that she knew a certain segment of her community was not going to embrace, but she did it anyway because she thought that it was that important. And now, a century later, we've caught up, as Mara and I were talking earlier, to her. And so it's important for us as artists to just be fearless.
So the craftsmanship it takes to not clean up someone's lie, but to delve into the heart of who you are when you are still grappling with your own set of isms that have been placed upon you. That is a testament to the human spirit to really know thyself and declare thyself.
And then I think there's a place for the storytellers and the resolution. And I think there's a place for the researchers and the scholars and academics.
Yes.
And what do you think also, what would you say for the modern day coming into it, scholar, researcher, what would you say they need to understand about the times we're in moving forward?
I think I would say that I think because of the just extraordinary challenges that we're facing, it could compel a young scholar or new scholar to not want to innovate, to not want to think anew, to sort of continue a traditional sort of idea. And it's in this moment where we need scholars to be daring, to be figuring out sort of new solutions to old problems, and be unafraid of tradition and orthodoxy, even in your own field. Like that's what we need. And, I would encourage people to do that. And because, in so many ways, Zora, we talked on the panel about her being the first Black woman filmmaker. She was a pioneering anthropologist. She was a pioneering folklorist. She was a pioneering, collector of stories. She was a pioneering scholar of traditional African religions. And so, like, you don't bound yourself
Right.
in terms of genre, in terms of what you should do, how you should do it. She collected stories, wrote scholarship, and you can do too.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, we have our rates and our time, and I'm so glad that you all are aware that you're inspiring the next as well.
Oh,
So
thank you.
for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, Micole, pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Really great questions. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us in celebrating the legacy of Zora Neale Hurston and all the storytellers who breathed life into her vision. Until next time, let's keep the conversations alive and the stories flowing. This is Micole Williams. Writes on.